Kabbalah was taught by Rabbi Shimon and the Arizal. My dear friend, and this is Rabbi Moshe. I want to explain to you from Arizal, the Holy Land, the basis on which Kabbalah. I want to explain to you, my friends, not only the foundation of Chassidus, but the foundation of how the Torah a few hundred years ago was saved, mamish, saved by the great rabbis and masters and brought down to the normal Jew, the simple Jew. And many of you have heard of the Chassidus and the Baal Shem Tov. You heard about Kabbalah, of course. But maybe you don't understand the root. And for me, I had to dig a little bit further, because for me it wasn't enough just to understand the Chassidus as I know it, but I had to understand the root. And to do that, you have to step even before the Holy Baal Shem Tov. That's right. You have to take yourself back. You have to take yourself back into the Kabbalah. Back into the times when those who learned Torah were great scholars, brilliant minds, while the simple Jew worked simple jobs. They were tailors. Those who went to yeshiva, they went to cheder until they were older. They went to a simple yeshiva. They learned the Talmud, they learned the Mishnah, they learned the Tanakh, and that was it. With the holy Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, who went and made a masterpiece and started to bring the Kabbalah further down. It started with the holy Arizal, who went and took apart the Zohar and made it more practical. And then you had Rev Eliyahu of Worms, the Baal Shem Tov of Worms. That's right. This was long before the Rabbi Saul Baal Shem Tov in Chassidus. Rabbi Eliyahu Baal Shem Tov understood that Kabbalah must be learnt in the yeshivos. When the student reaches a certain level, it's time for him to dig deeper into mysticism and the secrets of the Torah. And this will help him to have a connection, a true connection to God. And so, Rabbi Eliyahu Baal Shem Tov took his followers and they began a special secret society that would go to all the corners of the land, and they would hide themselves as simple folk, and they would teach in the yeshivas in a hidden way, slowly, piece by piece, the Kabbalah, to once again make it alive, to open up the hearts of mankind, to see Hashem, to feel the Torah, instead of it just being something written that has no meaning. And Rabbi Eliyahu then had a disciple, Rabbi Yol, and Rabbi Yol Baal Shem Tov took it further. And they went into the places where people protested. They were against the study of Kabbalah. Kabbalah should not be studied at all. You had great scholars, and slowly they would respect Rabbi Yol Baal Shem Tov and regard him as their master, and then he would open up the Kabbalah to them. And the simple folk, he went and took them, the simple person, the simple shepherd, and he gave him life. He gave him life to see that there's a deeper connection to God than just going to the synagogue once a week, going and praying, Marav, coming home, going to sleep. There's something more than just opening up the holy books, but feeling a personal connection. From Rav Yol came Rav Adam Baal Shem Tov, who was a miracle worker, just like Rav Yol, Rav Eliyahu. They were miracle workers. People came to them, they saw Nisim, even the Baal Shem Tov himself, who later founded Chassidus, said the things that Rav Adam Baal Shem Tov could do, I couldn't do. I can't do them. That's how great were these masters of mysticism. And they laid the foundation for the Baal Shem Tov. The Baal Shem Tov didn't just come and start to realize that we have to go and help the simple folk. Someone laid a foundation for him. And it was these three masters. These masters who understood that we have to go out. We have to go and find humility, which is what they taught to their disciples. We have to go out. You have to disguise yourself. You have to not live a life of praise and glory with the Torah, but you have to be humble, and you have to go and be real. This is the foundation to Chassidus. And if you don't understand where Chassidus came from, then maybe you get a little lost in its beauty, but not understanding the core of how it came about. And so Rav Adam Baal Shem Tov sent his manuscript to Rabbi Yisrael through his son, who laid it on the table for him at night and then disappeared. And when Rabbi Yisrael saw them and read them, his eyes lit up and a new world was opened to him, the world of Kabbalah. And it was Rabbi Yisrael Baal Shem Tov that understood that even the Kabbalah was too high. I have to take it to the next step. I have to make Chassidus. I have to bring it down, because that's what a Rebbe does. That's what a true leader does. He takes the highest Torahs. He takes the things that people can't grasp, but they need it inside them, and he brings it down to a level they can understand. He sets it out as a fully set table to them, ready for them to grow, to blossom into a true human being, a real person, a real Ben Torah, a real servant of God. And this is what Rabbi Yisrael Baal Shem Tov did. He took the pieces that were laid out to him from the holy mysticism masters who understood about bringing things down to the simple folk, and he took it to the next level. And here we have today Chassidus. Here we have a great light, which turned into the Maggid of Mezritz, the Chos of Lublin, Rav Levi Yitzhak Berdichev, Noam Eli Melech, the holy masters. And then we have today the holy Rebbes with their disciples, who go and continue to go and try to feel the deeper meaning of the Torah and its light.